to go deeper on this concept of capitalizing on ignorance, business is about capitalizing. It is. Capitalism is about capitalizing. So, you could debate that, but let's just assume we're in a system of capitalism where you capitalize on a product or service to get money, and, you trade money for a product, service, or offer, right? In this principle of economics of specialize and trade, I could be a company that comes in and specializes on doing landscaping. And I could specialize on doing landscaping, and I could say, hey, it costs this much for materials, this much for labor, this much for this much for that, and I will come and I will do your landscaping for you so that you don't have to. And somebody who isn't specialized in landscaping will pay for something like that. And that's great. That's how business is supposed to work. You're supposed to specialize in the areas and focus in the areas of your life that you need to follow your values, and then you can pay other people to do the stuff that you don't want to spend your time on, or that you can't, or that just isn't something you're interested in or want to do. That's the beauty of it. But where it becomes a problem is when businesses capitalize not on value exchange, but capitalize on ignorance of the consumer. I'll give you an example. In home services, it's very, very common to have extremely overpriced products and services be bought and purchased by a consumer, by a homeowner. No wonder more experienced homeowners, people who have gotten quotes from contractors and service people throughout their time in owning a home, no wonder they don't trust people. No wonder when you go and knock on their door, they're shutting it in your face, or they're not actually listening to you. It's because they've gotten screwed over before. And they've been undereducated and overpriced for the sake of somebody thinking that they deserve to do it because they can. Newsflash. Karma, I believe, is real here. Just because you can do something does not mean that you should. Just because you can convince somebody to do something, or to buy your product, service, or to do business with you, or sign this or sign that, doesn't mean that you should. And I have been tempted by this. Being in a home services industry, I have been in homes and with clients where I had multiple opportunities, many opportunities to sell somebody a product or service that I knew was not going to be what I could promise it would be. It wasn't going to be what I'd been taught and pushed and trained to promise people it would be. And a lot of the times it is good. A lot of the times the product or service is great. You can get a great deal. It can be perfect for you. It can do all these things. It can be a big value add. But when it's not, and the person buying it doesn't know that and isn't paranoid enough or educated enough to ask the right questions and to try to understand it, that is when companies will capitalize off of ignorance. And having been in the solar industry for years, I can tell you that companies that capitalize off of ignorance do not last a long time. Companies that capitalize off of miseducation or undereducation of a customer or consumer might have a lot of hype at first, might have a lot of hype in periods of time, but they do not last. I'm a believer in long-term business practices. I'm a believer in long-term value, in relationships. And I know that if the biggest thing I lose from a deal or a circumstance is money, that I got off good. And I won't sacrifice my reputation or my relationships for money. And neither should you.